The storm hit without warning. 1 minute I was tending my carrots, the next, the wind howled like a banshee and the rain hammered down, turning the world into a blurry, gray mess. I hurried inside my little cabin, thankful for its sturdy wooden walls. But the peace didn't last. A low growl, distant at first, grew louder, closer. My heart pounded in my chest. It wasn't the wind this time. This was something else, something sinister, lurking in the shadows of the approaching night. My usually comforting crafting table suddenly felt like a flimsy barrier against an unknown, terrifying force. I checked my meager supplies, a few torches, a rusty iron sword, and a prayer. It wasn't much, but it was all I had. My fingers trembled as I equipped the sword. The metal felt cold and inadequate against the growing dread. Outside, the growls intensified, morphing into a cacophony of snarls and screeches. The rhythmic pounding of rain was now overwhelmed by the frantic scrabbling of claws and the chilling click of undead jaws. Panic clawed at the edges of my mind, but I fought it back. Survival wasn't about courage, it was about resourcefulness, about making the best of what little you had. I had to find a way to survive the night. This wasn't just another Minecraft adventure. This was a fight for my virtual life. The first wave hit like a tidal wave of darkness. Skeletons rained arrows, their bony fingers twitching as they loosed their deadly projectiles. Zombies clawed at the wooden walls, their rotting flesh sickeningly visible in the flickering torchlight. Creepers, those silent green menaces, stalked the edges of the light, their fuse ticking menacingly. It was chaos, pure and unadulterated nightmare fuel. My small cabin felt less like a refuge and more like a besieged fortress under siege. I fought back with the desperate ferocity of a cornered animal. Each swing of my rusty sword was a prayer, each successful parry a small victory against the overwhelming odds. The wood splintered, the walls groaned under the relentless assault. The sounds of breaking wood and tortured groans filled the air, a ghastly soundtrack to my lonely struggle. My sword became heavier with each passing moment, my arms aching, my stamina dwindling, but I couldn't afford to give in. My health bar dwindled alarmingly, each hit a reminder of my fragility. I was losing the fight. The Horde was relentless, their numbers seemingly inexhaustible. Doubt, cold and insidious, began to creep into my mind. Was this the end? Would this tiny cabin become my tomb? The thought of failure sent a chill down my spine, a fear far deeper than the simple fear of death. It was the fear of wasted effort, of all my hard work disappearing into the digital void. Then, a spark of determination ignited within me. I wouldn't surrender. I scrambled to my crafting table, my fingers moving with frantic precision. I needed something stronger, something more effective than my pathetic rusty sword. I salvaged what I could from the broken walls, transforming wood and cobblestone into makeshift weapons. It wasn't much, but it was better than nothing. Every second counted, and time seemed to slow down as I desperately pieced together my defense. Armed with my newly crafted weapons, I met the next wave with renewed vigor. The battle was still fierce, but now I had a fighting chance. Each strike was more precise, more powerful. I could feel myself growing stronger, more confident. The tide was slowly but surely turning in my favor. Hope, a fragile butterfly, began to flutter in my chest. As the first rays of dawn pierced the darkness, the Horde began to retreat. The relentless assault had weakened, the creatures melting away like shadows before the rising sun. The battle was far from over, but the worst was behind me. Exhausted, battered, but alive, I stood amidst the wreckage of my cabin, the silence broken only by the gentle drip of rain. I had survived the Nightmarish Horde. The sun's warmth felt like a blessing, a tangible reward for my perseverance. The landscape was scarred, the remnants of the night's battle scattered around me. But amidst the destruction, a sense of accomplishment bloomed. I had faced a seemingly insurmountable challenge and emerged victorious. The experience was brutal, terrifying, but also strangely exhilarating. It was a testament to human resilience, the ability to push past fear and find strength where it seemed to be absent. The rebuilding began. The task seemed daunting, but the thought of giving up never even crossed my mind. Brick by brick, I would restore my home, stronger and more resilient than before. This wasn't just about rebuilding a cabin, it was about rebuilding myself, reaffirming my ability to overcome adversity. The scars of the night would remain, a constant reminder of the battle fought and won. But they would also serve as a testament to the indomitable spirit that resides within.